Dave McClellan along with Steve Evans. There's lots of work going on in Kenny Bernstein's pit area, getting ready for the semifinals. While we've been focusing our attention on the pro categories, there's lots more going on at Maple Grove Raceway.
After watching all of these high-tech pro racers, you may be wondering whatever happened to the more traditional hot rods. Well, worry not. There's over 500 of them here at Maple Grove in the Sportsman categories. And look at this jewel I uncovered. This is Joe Santangelo's C-Class Street Roadster from Hartford, Connecticut. It runs in competition eliminator. It's a 27 Ford. Well, kind of a 27 Ford. These are really fiberglass replica body parts, all on a tubular steel chassis and powered by a small block Chevrolet V8. Joe holds the record in the class at near 150 miles per hour in just 8 seconds. But you know, there are a couple of original parts on this car. The license plate, just hung on there for the fun of it, and the beautiful brass radiator temperature gauge. But you know, the really neat thing about NHRA drag racing, you don't just sit in the grandstand and watch beautiful cars like this go down the quarter-mile strip. You invest a couple of extra bucks in a pit pass and you explore, like I do. It truly is the world's largest car show. You just never know what you might find.
Steve, while Santangelo was not fortunate enough to win today, a tip of the hat to our Sportsman winners, top alcohol dragster Charlie Bauer, the first woman ever to win an alcohol funny car title, Bunny Burkett, competition eliminator Mark Clark, Supergas Tom Seaman, Bob Marshall, a repeat winner in Superstock, and Glenn Briglio in Stock Eliminator. Now on the starting line, it's the semifinals in Pro Stock. It is the Oldsmobile of the team of Kuntz and Clark. Don Kuntz driving against the Pontiac Firebird of Don Beverly. Beverly's car uses some electronic controls. In fact, he electronically shifts this car. He feels it's to his advantage to have both hands on the wheel when he leaves the starting line. And Beverly gets the advantage over Don Kuntz. The Pontiac Firebird shifting its way down the quarter mile, and Beverly moves into his first ever national event final. Don Beverly, the Richmond, Virginia-based trucking company owner, with a 7.50 second elapsed time. His speed 184 miles an hour. In the burnout area, the Chevrolets, Bruce Allen in the far lane, David Hutchins in the near lane. The winner here goes against Don Beverly.
Well, a dream has finally come true for Don Beverly. Although these many years, your first final in Pro Stock is coming up, you left with a 400th advantage.
Well, Steve, it was great. We were running a little better than Don, and we just tried to be real steady that time, and we had a real good outing at Indy, and this is kind of the cream of the cake, if you know what I'm saying. It's been great.
Bruce Allen parlayed a brilliant driving job to defeat a quicker Bob Glidden in the previous round, but David Hutchins has been the quickest of all the Chevrolets here in competition. The RPMs on these 500 cubic inch engines beginning to mount, and it's a great start again for Bruce Allen in the far lane. Can he hold off David Hutchins? They only race for a quarter mile, and the finish line comes up quick for Bruce Allen. He wins it 7.61 seconds, but his time off just a little bit. That sets up our finals between Bruce Allen and Don Beverly. And the first-year pro, the rookie driver, has lane choice against the veteran Bruce Allen.
Well, Bruce Allen has certainly earned his keep today as a driver. Your second hole shot victory, first over Glidden, now over Hutchins.
Oh, those Dave and Wayne County cars been running real good.
Oh, boy.
You know, you just have to beat them somehow. You know, you go up there and do the best you can.
Well, Bruce Allen's doing great. He's in the finals. Here's another man that's doing great. This is Don Garlitz getting ready for the semifinal round of Top Fuel racing at the Keystone Nationals. Enjoying itself. The next event on the NHRA National Event Trail, the Chief Nationals, is at super new Texas Motorplex. For ticket information, all you got to do is call 214-875-2641. The Chief Nationals, the 26th through the 28th of September.
What do you do if you're an IndyCar driver and you have a free weekend away from the kart wars? Well, if you're Rick Mears, you go to the drag races. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm enjoying it.
What brings you out?
Well, we just, like I say, we had a weekend off, you know, a free weekend, and being here in Reading, it was almost in the backyard of the race shop here, so I took advantage to come out. It's been a few years since the schedules have allowed us to come to a drag race, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
Our Top Fuel semifinal first pair, we find Dick LaHaye in the far lane, the crowd favorite Joe Amato in the lane nearest the camera. Joe, by virtue of his quicker elapsed time in the previous round of racing, has got the lane choice over Dick LaHaye. And as this afternoon wears on, that could become an important factor. Both cars ready. Concentrating on the start. And LaHaye leaves first. Amato may have some problems. He was very slow off the starting line. He comes on hard at the finish, but cannot pull it out. Dick LaHaye wins the race and goes into the finals 5.45 seconds. His speed 260 miles an hour, a 5:51 for Amato. And you can see as we look back again exactly how it happened. There goes LaHaye. He is just thundering off the starting line. All the clutch dust coming off Amato's car, indicating the clutch is slipping. Let LaHaye get ahead by about a car length, and that was the difference.
Dick LaHaye, no stranger to the final round. A little bit of a stranger to the winner's circle this year. A 5:45, just as nice and clean as it could be.
Yeah, out of the lane that nobody said we could get down.
Yeah.
I'm just tickled to death. You know, we have this knack of getting down these bad lanes. And, I mean, we was in the good lane and smoked the tires and went over in the bad lane and run 45. We're just tickled to death, and I think the motor's just real nice.
When he says we, it's a family affair for Dick LaHaye. His daughter, Kim, is the crew chief on this car. On the line now, the battle of the streamliners. These two cars represent pioneering but different approaches to the field of aerodynamics in top fuel racing. Garlett's nearest the camera, a more simplistic approach with a nose piece and a covered canopy. But in the far lane, the full streamlined effect of Gary Ormsby's car. Gary even admits he's had a very lucky day at the Keystone Nationals. Will his luck hold against Don Garlett? Garlett with a huge advantage off the starting line and continues to pull ahead. The elapsed time for Garlett's indicating he has lane choice in the finals. 5.40 seconds. His speed 267 miles an hour. The quickest car in competition. And the defending champion, Don Garlett, goes against Dick LaHaye in the final. And now LaHaye has moved into the second spot in the points chase for the World Championship.
Well, Dick LaHaye was thoroughly enjoying his day until he heard Big Daddy Don Garlett's elapsed time at 5:40. You will have lane choice over LaHaye in the final.
That's very important. I think this lane is just a little better. Not much, just a tiny bit in the middle.
Dick LaHaye told me he felt all his lane would hold was at 5:45 he ran.
Well, that might be true because I looked, he had smoke in the middle off his tires just a little bit.
Conditions coming around a little bit. I know you go back and consult your weather station and see exactly what the relative altitude is.
Just not quite as much air here right now as there was this morning. Difficult to run real fast.
Big Daddy Don Garlett's looking to make it 2 in a row here at Maple Grove.
And a very serious Don Garlett as he gets ready for his final round against Dick LaHaye on the starting line. We're into the semifinals of Funny Car. There's some problems with Brad Tuttle's car on the far side. Starter Buster Couch takes a look. He says it's okay. Bring it to the starting line to race against Kenny Bernstein. Bernstein finishing up his staging procedures. The crew chief on that car is Dale Armstrong. Things are very calm and peaceful at the moment, waiting for that green light when both these cars will explode with some 3,000 horsepower apiece. And there goes Bernstein pulling a lead off the starting line over Brad Tuttle. And to the finish line, it is Kenny Bernstein, and the roof comes off Tuttle's car. There you see it coming to rest, the fiberglass roof. There was no engine explosion. It appears that Tuttle is unhurt, but topless at the moment. The Nitro Bandit has blown its roof right off the top of the car. Bernstein ran a 5.65 second elapsed time at only 258 miles an hour as he goes into the finals. Brad Tuttle brings it to a stop. You can see his hands, and there he comes up and out of that Mustang-bodied car that's now a convertible. Let's look at that again. As they approach the finish line, Brad Tuttle, there goes the roof. Some wind just apparently got underneath the fiberglass body and pulled the roof right off of the car. The parachutes came out, and Tuttle brought it to a safe stop from another angle. There it goes, the roof off the Mustang of Brad Tuttle.
Well, Kenny Bernstein will go into the finals of this race for the second year in a row, exactly the way it's supposed to be done, 5:65.
Well, the consistency, again, like we spoke earlier, Steve, is back today, thank goodness. And hopefully it'll be good enough to get lane choice. Of course, with Oswald coming up, not that he's got it won, but we need that lane choice, I think.